Hi, I'm Dave Karger. Welcome back to TCM. Up next, our Pride Month celebration continues with a road comedy from Australia that broke new ground with its refreshingly positive portrayal of LGBTQ characters. From writer-director Stephen Elliott in 1994, it's The Adventures of Priscilla, Queen of the Desert. The story follows two drag queens and a transgender woman as they journey across the Australian outback en route to a gig in a tour bus that they've named Priscilla. The movie stars Guy Pearce and Hugo Weaving early on in their careers, and they both give breakout performances here as the drag queens. The trans woman who joins them on their adventure is played by an actor who was a much more established veteran at this point, Terrence Stamp. Stamp's film debut came more than 30 years earlier in the 1962 adaptation of Herman Melville's Billy Budd. His performance in that film earned him an Oscar nomination, and he soon went on to become an icon of the swinging 60s culture in England. He remained a popular leading man in British films throughout the decade, starring in movies like The Collector and Far From the Madding Crowd. But at the height of his success and popularity, Terrence Stamp made an unusual decision. He chose to step away from the screen and live in India for many years. Finally, in the late 1970s, he returned to films more consistently and began a new chapter as a character actor. He gave one of his most memorable character performances in the film that you're about to see. The movie premiered at the Cannes Film Festival and went on to have a successful theatrical release around the world. It also inspired a musical adaptation which came to Broadway in 2011. From 1994, also with Bill Hunter, here is The Adventures of Priscilla, Queen of the Desert. The Adventures of Priscilla, Queen of the Desert was filmed in Australia on a relatively small budget, but it went on to become an international box office hit. It also became an Oscar winner for Best Costume Design. The costumes for the film were designed by Tim Chappell and Lizzie Gardner, and at the Academy Awards ceremony, Gardner chose to wear one of her own wildly inventive creations. She showed up to the Oscars wearing a gown made out of 254 expired American Express gold credit cards, which she wove together. The dress made everyone sit up and take notice, and lots of people objected to it, speculating as to why she would wear a dress like that to the Oscars. Well, the answer was simple. Gardner had designed the dress as a costume for the movie, but American Express had said no, so instead she wore it to the Oscars. A few years later, a replica of that notorious dress was auctioned off for charity, and the proceeds went to the American Foundation for AIDS Research. Up next is another landmark of queer cinema, the debut feature from director Gus Van Sant. Don't go away.
Next on TCM, Mala Noche, then Orpheus, and later Footsteps in the Dark. Keep pace with TCM Tonight.